Alrighty, here's the image that we're going to work on for this lesson. We're going to look on brightening eyes, and if there is a technique that I use on every single photograph that I take, I would say that this is it. I think that the eyes are so incredibly important. Obviously, we're devoting a lot of the time in this retouching, these retouching lessons on eyes because it's just so important. If the eyes don't look good, nothing looks good. That's why they have you focus on the eyes when you're taking the photograph. Why the eye is the focal point which we focus on. If the eyes aren't sharp, if the eyes don't look great, everything else isn't going to look great either. You're probably looking at this photo and thinking, you know, I don't think his eyes really look pretty good. I mean, they look pretty bright and all, and that's because this is the after photo. And I'm going to show you how to get there by going up here to the layers palette, and let's just dump this, and I'll show you how we got there. I'm going to show you a very, very quick and easy method for brightening eyes, and it's one of those ones that's really, really quick. A lot of things in retouching they take a lot of time. There's nothing you can do to get around them. Luckily, this isn't one of them. This one's pretty easy, and there's two different methods you could use. First thing we're going to do is we're going to duplicate the layer, drag it over here to the new layer icon, duplicate it. Then we're going to change the mode from normal to screen, which is going to brighten up the entire image quite a bit. We're going to hold the Option key on Mac or the Alt key on PC. We're going to click the layer mask icon down here at the bottom of the layers palette and hide the brighter version of him behind this mask. Now what we're going to do is get the paintbrush, make sure our foreground color is set to white, and we're just going to literally just paint over the eyes. Now, the decision that you have to make is, and you won't know until you do it, is that do I just paint over the whites of the eyes or do I paint over the whole eyes? I would say in about 80% of the cases, I paint over the whole eyes and it works just fine. It really makes the eyes really, really pop. And if your subject has, you know, decent looking eyes, it really, if they have a nice color to their eyes by that, it really, really makes them just look great. And if you have to go back and fix it in the eyes, it looks artificial, it's easy enough to fix, and I'll show you how to do that. Now, again, I started at a full 100% strength. It looks kind of unnatural right now. It looks like, wow, those are really overdone, and that's okay. That's our starting point. So then what I recommend is once you've painted them in, back off. Get back down to kind of a more normal viewing range, and it looks like very, very intense. Now you're going to go back and drop the opacity. My starting place is 50%, so I take it to 50% and see what that looks like. That doesn't look too bad. It's probably a little bit much for this photo. I might drop it down a little further, but I start at 50% and look there and go, okay, well, how does that look? I could probably get away with 50, and actually the color of his eye looks pretty good. I mean, his eyes, I think, look really, really good there. Let me show you the difference here, and let's just hide this layer. See how dark it was before and after? And this is taken, I just took this with window light and a reflector card on the other side of him, like a 30-inch, probably a 30-inch silver reflector standing a few feet away. And look at that. It's really hard to get that light up in the eyes, and even with direct window light, you know, even the light on the whites of the eyes on the left don't look good. If you decided that you wanted to keep the eye, but you wanted to brighten the eyes, so you wanted to keep the eye look normal and just brighten the whites of the eyes, then all you do is once you've gone here and said, okay, well, I didn't do that right, just switch back to black. Go over here with this, and you're going to paint back over it now in black, and so it's going to bring you back to the original eye color. So now it's not making the eye itself bright, just the whites of the eyes, and you'll darken this back in like that. So now, in this case, I don't think it looks as good. I think it looked better the other way. But just in case you decide, well, you know, that didn't work and it's too bright. All right, let's back off a little. So there's his original eye color. See, his eyes aren't nearly as they don't have as much impact there. Let's just bring the whites down just a little bit, maybe into the 35, 37 range. It's a subtle little change. I do it to every single photo, every portrait I do, because it makes that much of a difference and that much of an impact. The eyes look good. It's really, really going to capture the person viewing the photo's attention, and that's what you really want. They're going to look at the eyes first. It's the sharpest part. That's where the white of the eyes is. It's where the bright and all the focus should be. Make sure those eyes look great.